Good morning, Turfs Up Radio. Wayne Vo's Profits Unlimited coming to you live from Louisville, Kentucky. Yes, indeedy. Oh my goodness. We got a great show today as we going to talk a little bit about snow, going to talk a little bit about fert and weed, going to talk a little bit about lead generation and who knows what all, prepays. Yeah, God almighty, we got to talk to you about prepays. And yeah, and I certainly want y'all's input on things. Be glad to know you guys are listening on this very, very cold Friday truth bomb morning we got here in Louisville, Kentucky. Actually, it's cold in a lot of places. Going to get colder. I was saying something, man. I think Miami, Florida was going to have a low of 35. So there you go. That'd get your blood going. I don't know. Probably get your blood slowing down. I don't know. But anyway, 35 Miami, Florida is that's probably not good for the home team. I guess those iguana things or whatever will be falling out of the trees again. We'll be start seeing those things again on social media or on the news. So you wonder they got to be pretty durable animals to be able to roll out of a tree, hit the ground, and be okay. So I don't know. They look about the size of a cat. Would y'all say that's about what they look like? About the size of a cat. And yeah, but that is true. The iguanas will be falling out of the trees. So says Stephen West. Uh, said people in Miami probably in the state of Florida probably got their hard hats on. So yeah, all joking aside, man, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? To be standing there or walking and something fall down on you like it. Like, oh my god! But anyways, yeah, a lot of weather going on. Our friends in North and South Carolina, potentially up the East Coast a little bit, going to have a big snow this weekend, and I'm not wishing y'all any bad luck. I'm just going to say I'm glad it's you all and not us. I know that sounds bad. I know it does. I know it does. So, but I'm just going with it that way because I know some of you guys that are going to get some decent snow this weekend. Same areas that got hit with quite a bit of ice last weekend. So from that standpoint, God bless you, and I hope our big stuff's over. I've had enough, quite honestly. I mean, I'm good for another, few more snows. And I know what my opinion is. Nobody, Mother Nature doesn't care and doesn't matter, But I'd be good just to cruise out from here with just some normal snow, whatever normal is, 2 to 4s, inch or less a few times. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but man, I know a lot of you guys are still working. I know Doug last night he's in Pennsylvania, and he sent me a picture of him still operating a skid steer from the storm Sunday. So I know you guys are humping it. Now on the other hand, it's going to be great for business. I mean, great for profit dollars, hopefully. Hopefully you're not tearing too many things up and equipment's holding in there for you. So I know that's always our goal is to say, hey, let's just get through the event and keep our equipment running and people safe. Other than that, we can deal with it. And that is generally our number one goal, safety and equipment staying good. And the rest of it is just time and effort for our team. And I know we got a great team here. And we're very fortunate from that with our snow. We've got a great team for snow, including our subcontractors, and we definitely get some work done, no doubt about it. And I know you guys too feel very confident in your teams generally, and I know it. Sometimes you think, well, man, I need to replace somebody. I was looking at one of the guys on social media talking about, hey, I need a plow operator, and I'm willing to pay $100 an hour. Well, $100 an hour is not going to get anybody competent or fast, or good at what they do. It's just not. So we got to think about, what we're paying somebody to, come in with their equipment and run a route for you, basically, and $100 generally isn't going to do it. I mean, I'd want to be paid a little bit better than that for sure. So and I'm not going to say what the right price is. I mean, it's different for everybody. Everybody's market's different, but at the end of the day, if you want a good operator utilizing their own equipment, um, it's like anything. You pay for what you get. And that's what we always look at anyway. And but then that goes back to the bidding process, and we're going to talk a little bit about that because here in a minute about one of these things I saw on social media that I plucked off, and I want to talk about that here in a little bit. But before we get into all that, there's a lot of other things. Just curious what you guys may be into this week and this weekend as we roll into the weekend. We we've been pretty steady with snow. I think the snow stopped. I think Sunday at some point. Was that right? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday 4 or 5, maybe 6.
And so anyway, and then Monday and Tuesday we were finishing. Monday finished up, and Tuesday just started doing some help rescues, if you will. Uh, doing some rescue reports and stuff. Kyle actually went out to clear out a entrance area to one of our facilities that we take care of, where they got blocked up. Their mailbox and their entrance got blocked up when the city or state came by and was cleaning the main road, and that's going to happen for a while. That's
Yeah.
going to happen for a while. And
Speaking of that, they were telling people on the news the USPS was wanting kind of some help from the. I think this was more on the homeowner side potentially, but I guess everybody involved for clearing out the area by their
by
mailboxes,
their mailbox,
which
yeah,
I'm all for, but like that's not on the top of my priority list if I'm
yeah,
sitting there with a 3 foot or whatever, you know, physical
yeah,
block of ice. I'm not.
yeah. Well, and I mean, the reality of it is what it really boils down to is, um, sometimes is proper placement of the snow. I mean, and for contractors, let's look at it from a contractor's perspective. For you guys that don't go edge to edge, then that is very problematic in a subdivision. When you stop 2 feet out from the edge, and now you got a 3 foot mound of snow that you've rode over there. Yeah, the postal service cannot get to it. you
Mhm.
know but if you try to get closer to the edge, then yeah, you're going to have snow at the mailbox, but it's probably going to be accessible um, by USPS. So I mean, that goes down to that. And I know something else I saw news thing on last night was all the mailboxes that were broken uh, in a county just south of us, and it happens everywhere, I'm sure. But from a plow driver going down the street too fast and the velocity of that much weight and snow, it was just crazy. It just showed the mailboxes. These people had a Ring camera, and they were showing theirs and their neighbor's mail. One pass showed the neighbor's mailbox going flying, and then
Yeah.
coming back, it caught their mailbox going flying. So
Nice.
it all boils down to giving a care about what you're doing a little bit too, you know. So um, let's see. Dun, da, da, da. Chris Kelty sent me a text. Daggone, didn't even see it roll through here early. We have to reach out to him. Help me remember that, Daniel, would you? I'm gonna reach out, see what's going on there. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Okay, will do. I'll tell him. Will do, Chris. He's my buddy. Chris has got like 40 years of experience, 50 years you know. Um, let's see what we got going there. Tell him I'm on air right now, talking to everybody. So, anyways, yeah, we'll reach out to Chris. Mike, see what Mike sent this thing here. Mike said he got to bring his tractor out and break some ice up on a couple of his properties. Thought it'd make life easier on my snow sub. True that. I hear you. and that's true too. And boy, speaking of snow, man, we just missed about an inch overnight. It was literally about 15 miles south of us. Our buddy, the Wallers, was he's probably out there, so
Nice.
he probably got his inch. So um, yeah, it was just literally like Mount Washington, a little south of Mount Washington, which I know that doesn't mean anything to you guys listening to us or most of y'all, but yeah, we just a little south. And what I will do is I'll give Bam's credit on it. Bam Weather, my buddies up there, they told us that it was just going to be just south of us. They thought, other than a few flurries, weren't going to be anything here right here in Louisville. And hey, give them kudos. They told us that yesterday afternoon and stuck to it yesterday evening. And when I went to bed with confidence. So yeah, good deal, good deal. Good morning, Seth. Appreciate you listening, my friend. He said, yeah, they had a small snow clip come through, about a half inch or so. He said a half inch might be too much. So, yeah, that's what they were saying. Just enough. It'd been enough for assaulting, though. Maybe. Ah,
Yeah.
it's water. I just dropped my
Need a
water
paper
bottle.
towel.
No, we're good. It's going to soak right into your chair mat and my leg. So we're good. We're good. It wasn't that much in there. There's still some in there. So it wasn't, yeah, y'all should have seen that. That was exciting. Yeah. Good thing. Man, I just washed my jeans last night too.
There you go.
I've been
Extra
different,
rent.
now they're rinsed again. So good deal. Did y'all hear me go, ah? Oh my God. Mike said, funny enough, they did end up ice skating down there with their ice. So that they had.
Yeah.
So, pretty crazy stuff. So it has been a pretty good winter for most of us, and for you guys not doing snow, glad you're not doing snow. Don't let this push you into doing snow in your market or our market for sure. No, there's plenty of work out there, but I do believe, Daniel, that this kind of winter, last winter was a good winter for snow. This winter is a good winter for snow.
Yeah.
This is the kind of things where guys start saying, "Man, I'm gonna do snow."
Yep.
And they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, it's always greener on the other side of the fence, or wider in this case, I guess, and certainly do it if you want to do it, but know that, you got those years that are outlier years where a lot doesn't happen. And now, you've invested in the equipment. Maybe your business model doesn't support the additional overhead and expense of what that looks like. So, again, I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm just saying, if you decide to do it, be sure to reach out to somebody that's got some experience. We'd love to help you here at Profits Unlimited. Implement a snow and ice management business model that we know works. And it's not just, well, yeah, Wayne, it works in Louisville, Kentucky. No, this works all over anywhere. I've talked this and did this message all over the United States and Canada on business model set up for snow and ice management. So be happy to help you guys with that. You don't have to use us, right, Daniel?
Don't have to, but
No.
might as well.
But we certainly got an idea or two that we think will help you make the best out of the opportunity. Let's go that route with it. But we were glad last. First of all, I'm glad the storm last weekend's over, like a lot of you guys are, even though you're still doing a little bit of cleanup, moving snow. And I was talking to, can't think, who was it on our Zoom last night, said they were moving snow, still trucking snow.
Uh,
Somebody was talking about that.
is it John?
Like, might have been John talking about up in Pennsylvania that they were, still moving snow. So just what we talked about, the contract written one way, and then if it needs to be trucked out, then you physically are removing. So, but yeah, great guy, great guy. Speaking of our meeting last night, uh, we had a really good Zoom meeting last night in the Profit Circle, and if you guys didn't have a chance to hop on with us, Mike, we missed you last night, buddy. His input's always good. He was on for a second, then he was tink, or not literally a second, but so something came up, I'm sure. Mike, we'd love to have you next time around again. He's always got some good input for us. But yeah, we had a really good meeting last night, and watch for your February checklist. I'm sure Daniel will be getting that out in February. Da-da.
There you go.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, isn't that amazing? So, in the meantime, hey, we're going to take a short break and we're going to get back here and talk a little bit about Daniel's new haircut and my haircut. We all got spiffed up. Hey, we getting nice for Mother Nature. So, you guys stay right where you're at. We'll be right back. I did want to talk about ice melter a little bit for you guys listening to us out there in ice melter land and snow and ice management land. I was reading something where Detroit, Michigan area is up over $300 a ton,
It's
which
crazy.
is for you guys not doing snow. I know it doesn't mean anything. For you guys doing snow, you know what it means. It's crazy and just crazy. I know one of our suppliers reached out to us and said currently the closest bulk material available was Kansas City. So shipping would be outrageous on that. But you might have to pay the shipping. That's the reality of that. I mean, last two truckloads we got brought in here, we came from Chicago, and was glad to get it. You know, um, Mike said there's not anything to be had in Bowling Green. Several guys drove to Louisville for product. Well, um, you know, I don't know if that's really going to help them
Bringing much
too
back,
much.
probably.
Steven said their supplier at Sigma Organics is telling them 17 days turnaround for bag material. So, yeah, I got a call from our supplier yesterday asking me if we wanted, bagged material. Said they had access, and but it was coming from somewhere where I can't remember where he said out west. And I'm
Hmm.
like, no, we're pretty good on bag, but you know, they're expecting somewhere around the 10th maybe of February for some bulk. So we'll see. We're still reaching out. We're not in a pinch situation at all at this point. So, but we got plenty for now. Keep our fingers crossed, right,
Yeah.
Daniel? So
We'll
we'll
see.
we'll see how.
I mean, you get the snow or you get the salt, but then it goes back to you're 17 days out. That's mid
Mid
February.
February and you're creeping in on the end. How much do
Yeah.
you want? That's one of the things that I think we've got to think about as a contractor. And for you guys, that's a question for you all. At what point do you stop looking, if you will? I mean, at what point do you say, okay, now if you're out, you're looking, you know, but if you're not, how much carryover do you want? I mean, I know generally with us, we generally don't like we like our reserve bin full anytime is what we like to keep, you know. So we've got, an emergency bin, if you will, and which holds quite a bit, pretty good size container back there, or not a container, but a what do you call that? Blocks.
Guess the bin
Y'all know what
or
I'm talking
something.
about.
It's not quite a
Bins,
bin, but
you should make with the concrete blocks, and I don't know, 100 tons or so, is 150 maybe in there. So um,
call that the Dave Ramsey bin.
that that's emergency fund. Man. Yeah, yeah, true that. We don't like to get into it, and we haven't, and don't. But if we got to, we will. So we'll see. We'll see. That's our Dave. That's what we're going to name that the Dave Ramsey bin. Yeah, that's cool. He'd probably appreciate that. Oh my gosh. So, uh, Stephen West says if anybody in the local market needs material, he has 3 pallets remaining from the last truckload he got in.
There you go.
So there you go. Dun, da, da, da. So, and just curious, Stephen, you got another truckload coming. I mean, how do you all look at it as a distributor? Just curious. I mean, uh, 17 days. If he's 17 days out, that is mid March. I mean mid February for our market, which you're still in snow time frame.
Yeah.
You know, you're still. I mean, hell, we've plowed snow in middle March before here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not that unusual. I've had a lot of birthday parties plowing snow, and that's March 5th. And so, yeah, I mean, we still got a solid 6 weeks of winter,
Yeah.
even in our market. And it's different for everybody in everybody's market. But um, just curious what you guys use as a target date. Is it, hey, when do we slow up on our ordering, or when do we, and that's where utilizing a service like BAM Weather can really help you out. Because they can really help you out from the standpoint of, hey, this is the 21-day outlook, or not hey, what's going to snow 3 inches on this day, but temperature trends.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that, as snow and ice management companies, that's what we base our forecasting on for material is temperature trends,
Yeah.
quite honestly. And that's really the only thing you can use, because the fronts will come and go, within that time frame. But what's concerning, to us as a snow and ice management company are the temperature trends. So that's what we work for. Uh, let's see. James Stevens said he had a truck come in this morning. He's got another one coming tomorrow morning, but he's got 3 pallets left. So there you go. There you go. So I don't know, Stephen. I might take those three from you. You're going to be here. You're going to be over here talking pre-emerge with me here in 30 minutes anyway. So, yeah, I might take those from you. I'll tell you when you get here. That's all right. So, Mike says, Hazard. I guess they're going to get much more. Got to make room in the warehouse for round one. That's probably true, and Stephen could tell us best about that. But yeah, storage space is a premium, I'm sure. So it's almost he wants it, first in, first out, right away, kind of stuff. Let's sit on a kind of time frame. So we'll see how that works out. Uh, Seth makes a really good point too, and Seth, you're 100% on this. He says sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and spend it. You don't know. I mean, that's just it. That's exactly it. I mean, none of us likes inventory sitting around, but on the other hand, I don't want to be sitting around with snow on the ground and no inventory. All because, I didn't want to invest the money in it except for one storm at a time or two storms at a time. And that works sometimes. But when you get into a year like this where it's snowing all over the country and supply is jacked up, then and what amazes me, Daniel, with some of it, some of these guys, and I get it, they're complaining about costs because they didn't have themselves covered under their contracts, to have an increase. I get that. But that's where you got to, if like I said, you guys are going to start a snow and ice management business um, next year, or if you just started last year or year before and you don't have this verbiage, man, be sure to reach out to us at Profits Unlimited and Profit Circle. And be happy to help you understand, what you need to do it a good way. This isn't an ego thing on me. I'm just saying we got 47 years of experience, and you know there's different strokes for different folks, but this is one of those games that if you're going to play it, you got to learn to play it right, and it can be a challenge sometimes. So uh, that's exactly right. That's exactly. Mike says, yeah. He said, I'm sure it's not an issue early ordering on your product when you have a retainer in place, and that's exactly it. I mean, that's part of the game. So, anyways, that's that. So. Speaking of playing the game right, I had a dream last night, Daniel. How weird is this? That I had a professional baseball tryout with the Cincinnati Reds. And I can understand that because I always liked Cincinnati growing up. But in the Houston
Astros.
Astros. Isn't that weird?
It's
I
pretty
mean,
weird.
where in the world that came from, I have no idea. But when I got up this morning and woke up this morning, I was telling Tabitha that. She
I
said,
mean, it's
that's,
almost spring ball, right?
yeah, pitchers and catchers are getting ready to report. So, yeah. Oh, Lordy. Stephen said, yeah, he's got ice melt coming in and going out. Then he's got his chemical companies wanting to ship early orders as soon as possible. He said, and then I got to figure granular pre emergent space. Oh, you know what's a good problem to have, though, I guess, right?
There you go.
Space is at a premium. So, anyways, that's that. That's what's going on. Hey, let's take a short break. Excuse me. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with more Profit Time here on Turf's Up Radio. Kyle just got back from going out to moving a glacier for somebody. So,
Nice.
how'd that go, Kyle? Was it a pretty good sized pile? No, not a big pile, but another customer service thing for us, I guess. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see if it's customer service or customer service with an invoice, which is all good still, right? You know, hell, I mean, I got to find somebody to do my sidewalk at home. Maybe it might take you and Kyle out to my house with me today. Kyle, did you ever get your sidewalk? Kyle said he hadn't even got his yet either.
Kyle's got a glacier on his own.
I know he's got a real problem.
Sidewalk.
He's thinking about taking the torpedo heater from work out there, and that might not be a bad idea. And plugging it in on the porch and just melting it down
Yeah.
because he's got like 6 feet or something that slid off his roof. So yeah, it ain't worth shoveling. That's too much to shovel, and you can't get a piece of equipment on it or to it. So, I don't know. Lordy, I tried. I started yesterday to shovel mine. I was going to try to shovel mine out, and I'm like, nah, I need a spade.
Yeah.
My plastic snow shovel just wasn't going to make it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever run into that or not with trying to. Well, I think yesterday we talked about it, or Wednesday we talked about it here on Profit Time on Turf's Up Radio here about having the right equipment for the job.
Yeah.
You know, and I did not have the right equipment for the job. So what I didn't do was keep doing it. I
There you
just
go.
stopped. I thought, this can stay here till March as far as I'm concerned. I mean, my driveway's clear. You come right in my driveway and into my garage and come into my house that way. And if,
Keep
if I don't
the
know you well enough, then you can trudge through the snow.
yeah, it'll keep the telemarketers or whatever you call them away.
Oh, Jehovah Witnesses,
Them too.
them too. Yeah, yeah. Gosh, be that time of the year before long for sure. So I don't know, Lordy. Mm-mm-mm. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's talk about one of these things that I pulled offline that you guys can appreciate. But I tell you what, though, before I talk about one of the things that we pulled offline, I want to touch base with you guys. Even though we got a lot of snow on the ground in a large percentage of the United States right now, a lot of our markets, I'm curious if you guys are getting leads for other services because we are. I mean, it's crazy. We had 2 or 3 leads yesterday come in. This morning, we had a landscape lead that came to our website. And I'm just curious. Some of you guys, Mike or Seth or John, whoever's listening to us this morning, let me know. 502-550-8307. 502-550-8307. Just curious if you guys are getting leads for other services. Like I said, the last 2 days we've had what, Katie? We have 2 or 3 yesterday leads on something. 2, and then and they were both fert and weed, I think. And then we had an aeration and overseed lead come through, and then today we had a landscape lead come through. So I don't know. People are looking out, and I mean, they're not seeing their yards, so they're seeing snow. Maybe they're just wanting to get on a list. That marketing works. This is what we talked about in the profit circle last night, Daniel. Remember that part of that? We talked about you got to be marketing all the time, and you're a season ahead. No sense. You don't need snow ads going right now. if you need snow ads going right now, you got a problem. You need to be, you know, if you're looking for snow work on February 1st, you probably got bigger problems than you understand. Now is when you need to be promoting your other stuff. What's coming up in March or April? It's landscape, it's lighting, it's fert and weed. You know, run with what you got on snow, and let's see. Seth said, yeah, they're starting to trickle in for them as well. So, and he doesn't do mowing.
Hmm.
He does everything but mowing pretty much. So that's what we're doing. Well, keep it going, keep it going. So, anyways, what do you think, Daniel? What's your honest opinion of the Super Bowl party this year? Let's talk about Super Bowl. Let's get completely off tangent for a second, then we'll get serious a minute. I want a brain break.
I did hear, which I don't know if this is true because I'm not like big into the NFL this year, but the quarterback for the Seahawks, apparently his dad or grandpa, probably his grandpa, was like the Marlboro guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's some trivia.
yeah,
The Marlboro Man on
yeah,
their commercials,
yeah.
and that's too crazy. I heard about something I heard this morning. Maybe even what brought this to mind to talk about for a second. Somebody bet you. They were talking about weird bets you can make, and online. You know, Bowling was actually talking about this last week when we went to lunch about all the betting you can do. Um, but one thing was that this guy bet $1 million. I think it was. Yeah, I think $1 million online bet, and his bet was the end of the score is going to be a score that's never been. There's never been like a 13-3 score.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or 2 to 3 or
There's a
something.
name for it. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
there's a name for what that bet is.
Yeah.
But basically, it's that the score, the end of that game score, will have never been that ever before in the Super Bowl history.
Huh.
And the guy made and it was
Is
like
it a specific score he chose, or can it be
no,
any
no,
score
it's
that
just
just
any
hasn't been?
score. It's just
Like if it's like
hasn't
99 to 100, he wins, or if it's 2 to 3, he wins.
correct. It's not a specific score he picked. It's just
Gotcha.
a score that's never a Super Bowl's never ended at.
Huh.
So 73-58, or whatever the hell it would be. It's just, but there's a name for it.
Huh. That'd be crazy to bet $1 million
Yeah,
on
yeah, and it was like 130-1 or something.
130.
So
Imagine winning 130
it
million.
was something stupid. Yeah. So yeah,
Crazy.
it's pretty crazy. What did he say?
It's one of the walruses.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I'm surprised he hadn't chimed in here with us. Let's see. Let's see. Seth said he bets stupid stuff like that. He said he called them wild bets, but wild bets, stupid bets, crazy bets, whatever you want to call them.
Gosh.
Let's see. Maybe something like score bug related, I think. But I think that is Seth. That might be what they called it, score bug.
Huh.
I think that is what they called it. But I don't know. So that's a pretty interesting bet, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a lot of money to be made and to lose.
Wouldn't you like to think you had $1 million to bet on something like that?
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I bet one thing.
$1 million.
I bet one thing he's not doing. What do you think that is?
A lot of things he's not doing.
Well, that's true too. I bet he's not shoveling his own driveway.
Probably not.
Or sidewalk or
Yeah.
whatever the heck it is. Oh my gosh. I like Kyle's idea of the torpedo heater going out to his house. That probably would be the simplest thing, buddy. We'll help you carry it out there and we'll set it up, plug it in, and we get done at your house, we'll go to mine. Mine will be easy to milk because my sidewalk from my house, from my driveway to the door ain't but 14 feet. And I mean, it's close. So it almost blow off, and I need it done because I've got about 2.5 feet that's It didn't drop off my roof, but just from when the wind was blowing, I've got a
Yeah.
good little build up on there. So
Wow. Impressive.
yeah, you gonna do yours, or you just gonna let Mother Nature take care of
No,
it?
we don't use it, so
Yeah, just keep all the visitors
yeah.
to the back.
Very, very rarely. I
Yeah,
mean, Amazon will drop a package on the porch, but
yeah,
no. I don't even know how I would get in because we keep the main thing locked. The screen, not the screen, the storm door.
yeah.
So I guess I have a key for that somewhere, but
So you're definitely not coming in from the outside that way. That's
no.
what you're saying. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Oh my goodness. So, anyways, what are you doing fun this weekend?
Well,
I know what we're doing tomorrow.
yeah, I guess boat show. I want to go to this like little French bakery. It's I think either downtown or in the Highlands somewhere. Um, it's called can't remember something
Something.
français, boulangerie français maybe or patisserie. One of the
How in
two.
the world did you find this place?
Just googled French cafes and or bakeries in Louisville.
Oh,
It's on Bargetown Road,
isn't that
I
interesting?
think.
Yeah, he wants you to get up. So he's got to get in the cabinet. I thought there's some, yeah. So, oh my God, that's something crazy to say the least. We got dink. So hey, we're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back with more profit time here on Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station. Hey, appreciate you guys today spending your Friday morning with me here on Turfs Up Radio. If you got anything we can help you with here on Turfs Up Radio or Profits Unlimited, be sure to reach out. And hey, hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm planning on going to the boat show tomorrow, me and Daniel and a bunch of other people. So it's always fun just to walk around and look at shit you can't buy. But I saw one of the things they had on the news they were walking through was what was it? A travel trailer, which is one you pull for you guys that may not camp. You pull it with a truck, not a fifth wheel, but a travel trailer that hooks up like your landscape trailer. They had a travel trailer and it was like 600,000 or something. I'm like, I gotta see it. I want to see it. I want to see something that's $600,000 worth of fun, you know. And I know, hey, price is off perspective. We talk about it all the time on here. What's the value? But I'm here to tell you, if I'm going 4, 5, 600,000 deep, it's going to be in a motorhome. It's going to be in a motorhome. I want something that I'm driving somewhere. But
Well, most
anyways,
people do drive this somewhere.
well, well, no, but I mean, a travel trailer, I just can't see it, but I want to see it and I'm going to see it, you know, but I'm looking forward to seeing that. But, I like my RV, me and my Country Star Newmar RV, we get along just fine and, enjoy it and have a hell of a time with it. Use it all the time in the summer, except for last year. But hopefully that changes this year. But anyways, hey, you guys have a great weekend. We'll let you know how the boat show goes. Don't work too hard in the snow. And remember, profit is not a dirty word. We'll see you Monday.